You'll see this really, really common dog brothers fights, right? This kind of idea that you're running and chasing the guy. Here, go ahead, Dave. You want to say something?
No.
No. Okay. Sorry. It's hard to tell with the video. So, but again, very, very linear, right? Roof, uppercut, backhand, forehand, and I'm chasing and hitting the whole time. All right. So let's switch to dominant. So dominant hand again. We got right hand stick, right leg is forward. Step off line with that uppercut. Sorry, step off line with a roof block. Quick little uppercut to the hands. Backhand. That's your basic combo. Roof block, uppercut to the hands. Number 2, basic combo in your chamber, ready to do something. Roof, uppercut, backhand. Roof, uppercut, backhand. Roof, uppercut, backhand. So, like I was saying earlier, this combo is basically that attacking, the beginning of the attacking blocks, what they call 1B. So we practice all the time 1A, which is this sliding umbrella, uppercut, uppercut, power shot. The 1B, they start in complementary. They slide to the roof block, uppercut, uppercut, forehand. So this is essentially what these combos that second half. So if we now add in that 4th strike, which is the number 1 at the end. So we got roof block, uppercut, number 2, bang. And then we'd be a roof, uppercut, number 2, 1. And make sure I don't hit my laptop. All right, let's see how we're doing. What's everybody doing? Thanks, Ron. Yeah. Nice, Dave. Dave, you got limited space there, huh? Bang, bang. Hey, try not to club your camera. It's good. Yeah, yeah. Looks good. So again, I hope this is coming through. You know, it might be a little bit, like I say, more conceptual this week, but very, very similar patterns, just a different emphasis, right? So this one, pure linear aggression, and you could, you know, back off and stop it at any point. But a different start, right? So as opposed to attacking with the roof block like we do in the attacking blocks drill, we're actually blocking, and then we're countering and chasing. So slightly different start. All right. So the last piece I wanted to look at today was something that, again, this is this crossover material that I'm trying to envision in my mind and try to get over to you guys, is using, if not the same, something very, very similar in terms of the stick combination, but a different application of the footwork, which has a more of a pt2 type feel to it. So if we go back to that arnis drill, the Selena Blue arnis drill, where we're stepping off the side and we're going left and right, back and forth, and our partner's giving us 1s and 2s. So here's the focus I'm looking for. So remember when we're doing our pt2 footwork, we have these turning motions where we step side to side and we're shifting our weight on the rear foot, kind of like a bull is charging and you're whacking it and hitting it, kind of like that old way on the way by. All right, this is something that we do when we warm up for pt2. So what I want you guys to think about is, as opposed to that linear pressure that the dog brothers have, what I'm going to look at doing is going off to the side and applying pressure from the side. So as opposed to chasing, the assumption here is you're using this uppercut as a mechanism for closing, or a roof block as a mechanism for closing. So traditionally, so here's where the different part's going to come. So this may take a little bit of visualization, but traditionally, when we get in our knee practice, if we have a downward diagonal number one, so coming in from the left quadrant, we're going to step off and roof block. Right, so then we get a nice 90-degree block with our stick against the incoming stick. And conversely, when we get a number two coming in on this angle, we tend to umbrella that and step away from it. But if we mix this up a little bit, and if instead we think about coming in with an umbrella against an incoming number one, some interesting things happen. So here's the angle, is an incoming number one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward and umbrella that. So as opposed to when we do a roof block, it tends to stop, right? The stick tends to stop depending on how close where we are with it. Whereas when we have that same number one angle and we umbrella it, what will happen is it'll go on through, right? It'll hit and it'll slide off. So let's take advantage of that. So what we've got is this uppercut umbrella block, and here's the next move, is this little turn. Okay, so what we had in the Dog Brothers was 1, 2 with that kind of forward motion. Now what we're going to look at doing is 1, 2 with that sideways motion. So the concept here is my opponent is coming at me with their number one, their main caveman strike. I block it, I let them go by a little bit, bang, and I hit them with that backhand. So as opposed to getting the power generation by going forward and planting and hitting forward, we're going to plant and turn and hit this way. All right, so let's try that both lefty and righty a little bit. So umbrella block, turn to a backhand. Umbrella block, turn to a backhand. You can see the trapping application here if you can see it in your mind. Umbrella block, turn to the backhand. It could be a number two, could be a number four, whichever one floats your boat. Knockout shot with a number four. Maybe if you have a sword, a nice disarming shot with the number two. And turn. And turn. All right, let's switch to, I should have started complementary, but if you have it, let's switch sides. So we got turn. Turn. Again, I'm envisioning this coming in against a number one power shot. So slipping by, strike goes through, and I hit. And bang. And the reason why I want to get here, all right, guys, we've got 10 minutes left, which I think will be just about perfect. Hang on. Up, up, up. Oh, hit the wrong button. My computer's gone here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the next part of this motion is after we come to the side and we hit, our stick is now chambered at the rear. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to smash down. Okay, so very similar, not quite the same. Here, here, maybe we trap, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to smash as I shift my legs. And the next will be the thrust. Umbrella, turn, smash. So you can almost think of that smash as our standard punch block out of our Sinawali when we train our Sinawali, or sorry, our Sombrada drill. Here, bang, bang, and in. The concept here is the number one, we block it, we hit on the counter beat, and now their stick is going to be chambered to give us a backhand. So when they hit us with a backhand, poof, we smash it down with our stick and block it and slide in with the thrust. So think of this against a number 1, number 2. There's the number 1 and the counter, and there's the block against the number 2 and the thrust. Bang, bang, bang. All right, let's switch to dominant. Bang, bang, bang. So umbrella, number 2, smash down, thrust. Umbrella, number 2, smash down, thrust. And I'm showing it kind of towards the camera. In reality, your opponent's going to be over to the right here. So you got bang, bang, this kind of action here. Bang, bang. And one thing you'll notice after the thrust, you could just continue doing this, right? So you're here, bang, bang. I think we just keep doing that same combo. So it's very similar kind of strikes. Before we had, you know, here, here, and here. And all I've done is changed it to be here, here, and more of a redondo, more of a forehand redondo action, but still very similar, right? Uppercut, uppercut, downward shot, and then I'm ending it with the thrust. So you could convert your Dog Brothers stuff to the same thing, right? Bang, 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 pop, thrust. You see Top Dog do this all the time. So again, kind of conceptual, but it's stuff I've got been playing around with, you know, in my head, especially with Badger, and thinking about different combinations. So what I'm kind of playing with now is, let's throw the combinations in again with slightly different footwork and maybe slightly different intention and see where they take us.